Hi everyone, welcome back to the Lewis Pickering Football Show. On today's episode is another episode of Brother v Brother. We're going to be reviewing what happened in the Premier League this weekend, giving our predictions, see if we got any right. Just generally going over the games, what we thought, who did well, who didn't do very well, and then obviously we're going to preview next game weekend and give our predictions and scores for next weekend. So we're going to do 5, obviously there was 10 matches in the Premier League this weekend, but we're going to do 5 at a time, tell you what we predicted, tell you what the score actually was, and just give our thoughts on what happened with the game week. Let's start with obviously the first game on Sky Sports, 12:30 kick-off, Everton v West Brom. I mean, I put 2-0 routine Everton win. It was a bit more than that. It was 5-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I put 2-1. There was loads of goals, wasn't there? To be fair though, I had my crystal ball out again with Everton. I did say, if you look in the last video, that James Rodriguez would get his first goal in the Everton shirt, and he did. But what a cracking game. Yeah,
I just want a little shout out to West Brom. I think Kieran Gibbs' immaturity killed them. I thought they started the game really well. It was 1-1 or 2-1 when Gibbs got sent off, but it was quite an even game, and then obviously you go in 10 men and then it's a really hard ask with a team full of confidence. But James, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin just looked like absolute
front three. I know
front three. Allen and Doucouré looks like going to be a great season for Everton if they can keep them off it.
Like you're saying, like Calvert-Lewin again. What Ancelotti's just giving that confidence, he's going to get goals now. Look,
4 in 2 games.
Can't argue with that return.
Yeah, exactly. He'll definitely be pushing towards the England squad for the Euros next summer.
Both got a point on that one. Yeah, both definitely didn't get the quick score on that one.
Yeah, I think we might have to go a bit more goals this week. It's been mad, hasn't it? It's been crazy.
No defence in the Premier League at the moment.
I know, yeah. So 1 point each and a great 2 wins out of 2 for Everton. Yeah. And so we move on to Leeds Fulham. I mean, I said 2-0 to Leeds.
I said 3-0.
So we predicted a home win, but yet again 4-3 defeat on the first weekend, 4-3 win on the second weekend. I mean, it's going to be good to be a Leeds fan. Wish the fans could be in there to watch them. Just a little shout out on Fulham, 4-1 down. I thought it could have went on to be anything, but the fought back, so it gives them a little bit of a fighting chance to say they didn't just roll over. But Mitrovic got 2 again on his first start. He's the difference, and I don't think they'll survive, but he's the one who's got it. He's going to get your goals, Bamford again, 2 in 2 in the Premier League. They said, will he do it in the Premier League? And he's proven the doubt was wrong at the moment, 2 out of 2. But like I said, it's a long season. But Leeds, cracking team.
Yeah, they're going to be cracking team. Watch, just all I would say. Cause concern in defence.
Yeah,
slightly leaky, isn't it?
Yeah,
I know it's Liverpool away, but still Fulham.
It's kind of one of them. We'll score 1 more than you can score, whatever it has to be, isn't it? But that's 1 point each again. No correct score for that one. And now we move on to the shock of the weekend. If you watched my preview, I called it the Wilf Zaha derby.
You did,
and he was the best player on the pitch by a mile, wasn't he? I just want to say how shocking Man United were. I mean, let's give Palace praise first of all. I said 3-0 to Man United.
I said 3-1.
Yeah, let's just forget about them predictions and just talk about Palace. How good do I play? 4-4-2. Zaha and Ayew up front, and Zaha's got a free roll and it's proven absolute beautiful for Palace. Pogba, horrendous. Lindelof and Maguire, anytime it gets put in behind them, they're just slow on the back turn and it's killing them. Man United want to press high at home but then on the back turn it's killing them because they haven't got the pace in behind.
I don't know if Palace having an extra game made the fact, but they just look so slow at the races. I mean, if they're match fit, I'm not sure, but just so slow at the races.
It was so Zaha in the free roll, he's your best player. Play 4 behind him and just say to him, just go get on the ball and do what you want. And I thought he was superb.
Ayew, Zaha, and even Townsend gets the rest of the
I actually agree with that. I think it's a good point.
That free.
Yeah, and I even thought Schlupp on the left hand side was a good game. But little shout out to Mitchell as well. If you watch my fantasy football, I've got him in my fantasy football. But left wing back, he's 18-year-old and he's come in for Van Aanholt. While he's been injured, he's been absolutely quality. So definitely one for the future to watch. So no points.
0 points on that one.
Yeah, definitely 0 points. Now we move on to the Saturday night fixture between Arsenal and West Ham. I mean, I said 3-1 to Arsenal.
I said 2-0.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot more of a whitewash than it was. Obviously, Arsenal winning their first game very comfortably, and West Ham were really poor at home in Newcastle. But little shout out to West Ham, they deserved a point.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch this match in particular, but I heard the feedback, and West Ham give it right go the best team for 60 minutes of the game. And Arsenal nicked it again in Ketia.
Yeah, I think it showed Arteta's reaction at the end. Like he was like really celebrating. He knew he'd got away with one. But yeah, if West Ham play like that they did this week, they'll be absolutely fine. I've got no doubt in mind. But it just shows Arteta, they've been playing well, but then resilience as well. They go and get the win when they haven't been the best team.
I think in the last few years, they're the results Arsenal don't pick up 3 points from in them type of games. So the fact that they are picking up 3 points is happy being an Arsenal fan at the minute.
Yeah. Right, so that was a 1 point each again.
Yeah, 1 point each on that one.
Yeah, I was 1 goal out there, unlucky. And last but not least of our first 5 that we're going to preview is the result that shocked me the most, as in a team from who were so bad one week and then unbelievable the next week was obviously Southampton Tottenham. 5-2 winners away. I said Southampton had scored 2, but I said 2-2.
Well, I had the draw.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, because both had the draw. I mean, Kane and Son both had the perfect game.
Yeah.
Kane's the first ever player actually to get 4 assists to the same
player. Yeah,
in a game, and Son scoring 4. One-on-one, honestly, it's deadly, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just. Do you know what it is as well? With a defender and that, the worst player to play against is a person who can go on both sides, who's as strong as both sides. So you can't show him down the left, you can't show him down the right because he's very, very powerful. But it started off well for Southampton as well. Ings put them 1 up, and then just before half time, obviously, Tottenham got the goal, and then it seemed to spare them on. Yeah, the second half performance was like from the past 2 weeks has been.
In the past few videos, I've briefed Mourinho, but whatever he said at half time, going to spark all them 2 up front, and it's just changed the game totally for them.
But they've just signed, obviously, Gareth Bale's hoping to get back fitness, and Sergei Reguilon. I think he will definitely challenge Ben Davies for the left back spot. But yeah, definitely shout out to Tottenham. 5-2 winners away from home in the Premier League is always a great result, and that's no points for us.
0.
Yep. So we're going to move on to the next 5 now. So let's move on to the next 5-hour review of the game week. Let's start off with Newcastle v Brighton. I thought Brighton was the performance of the weekend. I thought they were superb at Newcastle, especially when Newcastle had obviously been to West Ham the week before and looked really well, but Brighton were absolutely superb.
Yeah, I'll be honest with Brighton, I wasn't too sure of them at the start of the season, and I mean, I've really paid attention to their team. It looked like a quality outfit, a lot of exciting players in their team.
I put 1-1 for this game.
Yeah, I put 2 on Newcastle on the back of that West Ham result. It's obviously early on in the season, so you don't really know, but Brighton look like a quality outfit.
Let's just shout out a few of Brighton's players. I mean, Tariq Lamptey, right wing, I think he's only 5'2", 5'3", but playing that right wing back will suit him absolutely down to the ground.
He's quality, and he's so exciting for England, like more than ever, and having like Lamptey coming through, etc.
I think just a little shout out, Basuma got a red card. I thought it was very, very harsh. He misses 3 games for that. He's looking at the ball and it's gone over there.
Well, he didn't yellow at first, didn't he? But he went to have a look, and then
he's looking the totally opposite way. I think it's dangerous play. I understand.
It is dangerous. It's lazy. It's a bit lazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lazy. You just flick your hand, flick your boot.
Flick your boot. I think that's Solly March as well. I think Solly March is a great player. Aaron Connolly got a goal.
Yeah, Aaron Connolly and Morphy looked well. Connolly's just a workhard. Just never gives you a minute's peace. And I love Brighton and go from 4-4-2 to 4-3-3 to 3-5-2. I think the manager's brilliant. But yeah, no points for us, but brilliant stuff. Brilliant away result for Brighton. And now we move on to the game of the weekend. Chelsea v Liverpool. Didn't really live up to the hype, and I'll tell you why it didn't live up to the hype, because Liverpool were absolutely superb. Didn't let Chelsea get into the game. I thought it was men v boys.
I was just about to say it was men v boys. I'll start from my prediction because it looks like an absolute joke at the moment. I said 2 on Chelsea. I just thought there might be this Chelsea outfit might turn up to the occasion, and they just did not turn up to the occasion whatsoever.
So I had 2-2 Chelsea Liverpool. I had it a bit closer, being a draw, but it was a no contest. Do you know what it was? It was a champions performance. You're going away to a top 4 club at the start of the season. You're the champions, and they were just superb.
I just want to touch on Fabinho as well.
Yeah.
Obviously had no centre back, and he had to sit which he's done before. But going to Chelsea and someone like Tino Werner and that, pocketed him.
But I just want to say that I know Christian got sent off just before half time, but I honestly believe Liverpool would have went on to win the game either way. But just a little shout out on Fabinho. Lampard played, after he seen the team, he played Werner left mid to get at Fabinho, and 2 times in the first half Werner tried to get at him, and Fabinho just stood him up and took the ball off him. He's an unbelievable player, isn't he?
The only one to stand out, I think people didn't realise, is it's N'Golo Kante. When I was watching the match, he's their little spark, and the fact that he was good, apparently go at the start of the transfer window, he's their probably most all-round solid player, and I just think keeping him in the squad's absolutely integral for Chelsea.
I think Havertz as well, obviously just got his hat-trick last night, so hopefully that kicks on and we start to see the best of Havertz. And when Chilwell played as well in the cup last night, so I think Chilwell's better than Alonso, and hopefully Ziyech is about 2 weeks away from fitness, so when all the pieces come together, hopefully Chelsea will perform next time they play Liverpool.
But I just think it also shows how far a lot of clubs are away from your Man Cities and your Liverpool when they turn up like that, be anyone.
Well, we said that we thought it'd be a lot closer, but not on that evidence.
No, it wasn't.
But yeah, no points for either.
No points for me as well, yeah.
Let's move on to the Sunday night game between Leicester and Burnley, another cracker.
Yeah, I know. So unexpected.
Yeah, I said 2-1 to Leicester.
I said 1-0.
So we both get a point there, but little shout out to Castagna, new right back. We shouted him out last week. Got a goal on his debut, and he got 2 assists. Brilliant. I thought Barnes has been Leicester's best player in the 2 games. He didn't get a goal last week, but he got a goal today and an assist, and he's that spark driving forward. But yeah, fair play to Leicester. How bad did they finish last season? Missed out on the Champions League, and I thought it would have a hangover, but 2 wins out of 2 has been a great start, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, Burnley, they had both Tarkowski and me. I think it's like over 100 games since they've had both of them, not like either one of them starting. So they definitely need to get them back in. But yes, great start for Brendan Rodgers. 2 wins out of 2, and that's a point each for me and you.
Yeah, it's a point each.
And then we move on to Villa Park on Monday night. Villa v Sheffield United. It was 1-0 to Villa. I said 1-0. What did you say?
1-0.
So when I get a correct score, I can't even get a correct score. So that's 2 points each for me and him. But yeah, so I finally get a correct score, and he had the same one out of all the ones. But yeah, shout out to Martinez, saved the penalty.
Yeah, he did
on his debut. What else can you want? The sending off of Egan. They're both battling. I thought it was harsh. Let me know in the comments below if you thought it was definitely a red card. I thought it was very harsh.
I thought it was all over, to be fair.
Did you? Right, that's fair enough. But yeah, and then Lundstrom, cracking run, gives it a Burke. He plays Bashman to get a penalty. With 10 men.
The first one I was watching live, I thought he's dived. It didn't look like he touched him at first, but obviously the referees thought he touched him, and then Martinez was the hero.
Yeah, but you're 10 men away from home, and like you hardly ever get a break on the counter.
But one time you do get a penalty, you don't take it away.
You just can't be. I'm not sure about Lundstrom taking a penalty. Like,
did I?
Yeah, I thought maybe, I don't know. I like Ender Stevens, the fullback. I would have put him on it, but obviously they see him day in day out. But Villa won't care. Villa will not care. First game, 3 points against the team that'll be in the bottom half this season, and 3 points for Dean Smith. But yeah, that's 2 points each. And last but not least, we move on to the cracker, Wolves v City. I was looking forward to this scene of Man City, like Man United, would be slow starters or quick starters, and I tell you what, that first half's the best I've seen them in ages. I mean,
it's when obviously you don't watch a team for a certain while, it gives you they let you know how good they are, and they did in that first half. I predicted a 6-goal thriller. Well, it wasn't as entertaining as that as a 4-2, but Man City did get the win.
Yeah, and this was on Monday night, and I'm still not over it. I predicted 2-1 to City. The time's up, referee. 95th minute, after 4 minutes I'd done, Jesus gets a deflected goal and costs me a point. So I get a point, but
that'll do for me.
should have been 2 points. But just want to shout out Kevin De Bruyne. If I was Pep Guardiola, which obviously I'm not, I would look at Rodri and Fernandinho, who both played as a CDM, and you looked at Foden, De Bruyne, Sterling and Jesus. I would play them 2 in there and just tell them 4 to go and do what they want. I mean, De Bruyne, I know he can play in that deeper role, but he's the best player in the Premier League, and just go let him play in his position. He's unbelievable. Little shout out to Nathan Ake. I thought his debut was very, very good. And obviously Wolves as well. 3-1, but the first half they weren't in it at all, but then they still come out and they had fighting spirit. Jimenez gets another goal. And I think Wolves will definitely be pushing on the top 6 this season.
Very strong offers.
But yeah, that's our 10 review of the game weeks, and now we're going to start predicting.
Also, we'll tally them up at the end to see what game week one is in the overall tally chart.
Yeah. So we'll let you know at the end, but to see who's in front. But yeah, that's our review, and now we're going to preview game week 3. So let's move on to our preview of this week's game week. We're going to start off at 12:30 on Sky Sports, a team with very different favours last week. I think it's a very tight game. I'm going to back Man United 2-1, I think, just because they can't be as bad as they were last weekend. I think Brighton suits them away from home, so I'm going to back 2-1 Man United.
I'm backing 1-1. I think Brighton will look against Chelsea. Great win away at Newcastle, and the form that they're on will give that Manchester United side a really good goal, but I'm going to go 1-1.
Now we move on to the 3 o'clock game between Crystal Palace and Everton at Selhurst Park. I mean, they're both trying to keep unbeaten runs going at the start of the season. I don't think if you'd said to Palace and Everton fans, game week 3 you'd both be on 6 points, they wouldn't have believed you. But yeah, fair play to both managers. Tightest game of the weekend, this one. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw.
Well, I'm going to back Ancelotti's meant to go and get a 3-1 win at Selhurst Park. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be on that score sheet again.
Now we move on to West Bromwich Albion v Chelsea at the Hawthorns. Like I said, West Brom were unlucky last week. They got beat 5-2, but if you look on the paper of things, it was a very even game. The first half of the game last week, Chelsea were very poor at home to Liverpool, or you could just say that Liverpool was super strong. I see a Chelsea win here, but I honestly don't think it's going to be like everyone's like a smashing, and I haven't seen Chelsea really hit full flow yet. I'm going to back a 2-0 Chelsea win, but not an absolute whitewash.
Well, I've backed 2-0 Chelsea. Like I do say, we don't do this. Yeah, we do this separate, so we don't know each other's scores. But I'm also on the side. I don't think it's going to be a complete smash, because I do think that Chelsea team is still gluing together. But I expect a win there.
Now we move on to Burnley v Southampton at Turf Moor. I mean, they're both looking for the first point on the table. Obviously, Burnley have played one less game from Southampton, but you don't want to get into that losing habit. But yeah, I think this is quite tight. Ings to get on the score sheet, but a 1-1 draw between the two teams.
Well, I've got to win in this game, and it's going to the home side, Burnley. I think their home record in recent years in the Premier League has been terrific, and I do think they'll grab 3 points from this one.
And now we move on to Sunday morning, 12 o'clock kick-off, and it's a Yorkshire derby. Looks like an absolute cracker on paper. I bet the fans wishing they were there for that one. Leeds back in the big time, and obviously away in a Yorkshire derby. I think it's going to be a goals fest. I'm just going to back goals fest for Leeds. 2-2 in a great game at Bramall Lane.
Yeah, joking. I'll back 2-2 as well, to be fair. Like I say, when Leeds are concerned, there's goals that fly in at both ends. I don't think Sheffield United will not want to get anything from this, losing their first 2 games. So I think they'll get a point. It'll be 2-2.
And now we move on to Spurs v Newcastle. I mean, they couldn't have had contrasting fortunes. I mean, Newcastle great the first week, poor the second week. Tottenham poor the first week, great the second week. So who's going to turn up? Who's going to turn up for Newcastle and Spurs? Like, is it going to be the good team or the bad team? I think you've got to back Tottenham at home. I think after last week they should be on a high. I'm going to back it 2-0, but just a little shout out. Newcastle won there last year. Joe Linton got the winner. But yeah, 2-0 to Tottenham, Kane to get on the score sheet again.
I had 2-0 Tottenham as well, but to spice up the video, I'm going to go 3-1. I'm changing my predictions because we're having too many similar. I'm going to go 3-1 Tottenham.
Right, okay, your call. Now we move on to Man City v Leicester City. Both got unbeaten starts to the Premier League. I thought Man City was superb last week, and I don't see many people going to the Etihad and getting a result. I think if Man City were on form like they were last week, I'm going to back a 3-1 Leicester to get a consolation.
Very close in this one, but I backed a 4-1. Obviously, a goals fest when Manchester City were always involved, especially at home. They look quality the other night, so I don't expect anything but a win from Man City.
Now we move on to Sunday night game between West Ham and Wolves. West Ham were unlucky at Arsenal last week, and I'm going to back them to be unlucky again. I think they're going to be in a tight game, but I'm just liking Wolves at the moment. I'm going to back them for a tight 2-1 win at Upton Park.
2-1 again. I have 2-1 Wolves again. Like I say, we don't do this. We do this separate, but we can't. I'm not changing that one. Yeah. This is what I generally think. I think Wolves will go there, beating 2-1. Like our Lewis said, an unlucky West Ham performance, but it won't be the right result. I
can't be bothered in the comments if I beat him at the end of the season and then he says, oh well, I changed one of my comments just to get good for the video. But yeah, we're going with what we genuinely think, and yeah, we do our predictions and then we don't tell each other till we get on this video or camera. So
Wolves win for both.
2-1. And now we move on to the first of the 2 games on Monday night. We go to Craven Cottage for Fulham Aston Villa. I'm calling it already. It's a 6-pointer for Fulham. This is the game where they've got to get 3 points.
I agree.
However, 1-1. Mitrovic to get a goal, but Villa on confidence from last week, I'm backing them to get a point.
Even worse. On my predictions, Fulham, you're going to lose 1-0. A Keenan Davis late goal.
Oh, that's a big shout. I think Fulham, they've got to be looking at this game to. They've got to get a point, at least a point or 3 points on the table.
I honestly think they'll look really good. They've surprised me, and they've done it in recent games. They've surprised me how good they look, and they've changed my opinion on them. So yeah, I'm expecting a win.
And now let's move on to the final game of the weekend, but it looks like an absolute cracker between Liverpool and Arsenal. Yeah, they both got 6 points, both coming into it flying with confidence. But Liverpool at home, I think it's over 50 games unbeaten at home. Yeah, 3-1 Liverpool, Arsenal to get a consolation.
I've got Liverpool 3-0 against Arsenal at home, but I haven't got my crystal ball out yet.
Getting his crystal ball out.
It's out. I'm predicting this time around, because I'm 2-2 right, that Salah's had a good game. He got 3 goals in his first game. Mane got 2 against Chelsea. It's Roberto Firmino's turn to get 2 goals guaranteed against Arsenal. 3-0 win.
Bearing in mind, he hasn't scored a goal at home in ages.
He's got a good track record against Arsenal. I bet anyone in the comments go and Google it. He's got a very good track record. I don't know what it is, but he's got a good track record against Arsenal.
Right, yeah, so 3-1 me, 3-0 there, and that's the end of our predictions this week. So that's been another episode of the Lewis Pickering Football Show, and another episode of Brother v Brother. We've previewed this game's week, and let us know in the comments below if you think we've done well or you think we've been absolutely...
But it was stalemate this week, so I do...
keep a 2-point lead.
Keep a 2-point lead. I think you were Gabriel Jesus, shall I say, for that late goal. That would have been different, wouldn't it?
Seven each though.
That's not bad.
I think it's a good score, 7 each. When you're getting 2 points for a score, we both got a correct score. Obviously, shame for me that it was the same correct score.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jesus, I thought it was on for 2 and then 95th minute. But yeah, long way to go. 14-12, Cal still in the lead by 2 points. But yeah, this has been the Lewis Pickering Football Show. This has been Brother v Brother. If you've liked the video, please hit that like and subscribe button and get in the comments below, because we'll reply to every comment.
Yeah,
but yeah, this has been the Lewis Pickering Football Show. We'll catch you on the next time. Bye.